Welcome back, everybody, to another installment of the Stream PC, guys. This is episode 24, and I kind of want to go over something we've already gone over in the past. I kind of want to talk about posting your live link in Discord. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about it? How do you feel about it? Posting your live link that you're going live in your own or others' Discords. How do you feel? Like, your own's obvious, right? Like, you should probably do that, right?
Yeah, I mean, your own server. I mean, yeah,
Obviously they join because they're fans of
obviously
you.
do it.
They would want to know if you're live. They should have noties on.
I used to do it in other Discords. I don't anymore, but I wouldn't do it as soon as I joined the Discord because I felt like I was just like kind of taking advantage of it.
Right.
Yeah, like I would personally kind of like get to know the community first.
Yeah.
And try to make friends before I would ever just like jump the bandwagon and not talk to anybody and just start posting my link everywhere, you know?
Right.
Because that's you're just self-promoting with no cause at that point.
Yeah. I mean, you don't ever have to post in mine because I have a bot that does it for you. So when you go live, it's posted.
Yeah, I don't think even when I knew people, I didn't really go and try to post in their stuff very much. Like, I would post like YouTube videos, but that's about it. And that's because YouTube videos are just harder to get traction for.
Yeah, you're grinding those watch hours right now.
Yeah, working on it. Um, but if you want to post something, I guess, but only post if you're going to be actually active in that community and know people, because otherwise you're just throwing a link up that no one's ever going to click on. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Right.
Well, how was it you worded it last time? You're just throwing your link out into the ocean?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, you're
It's a
just throwing it into the vacuum of space and time that no one gives a fuck about. Because I will tell you right now, I will not click on your link unless I know who the fuck you are or give a fuck, or you have to be playing the game that I want to see at that time.
To me, it's like the idea of streaming, right? You have to give somebody an incentive to click on you, right? So we've talked about in the past, putting a fancy, flashy title up, or, a catchy title, or adding color to the title, whatever, or if you're on TikTok and people are scrolling, make sure you're always, speaking or you're doing something to catch them. If you're in a Discord and you're just posting your link, but you've never chatted in the Discord, you don't make an effort to get to know anybody, show your personality within there, nobody has an incentive to click on your name. So you're wasting your time by posting the link. You're just praying somebody's bored in the Discord, just scrolling and happens to click on your link because they're bored. I mean, that might happen, but other than that, it's not fruitful at all. It just doesn't make any sense. Real quick,
I even used to like, my title would be like a type of question, like toilet paper over or under.
Let's not argue about that right now.
Yeah, see?
I'm ready to fight.
People go into your stream and be like, "What do you fuck you mean? Over, always over."
Why is this even a question?
Pineapple, does it go on pizza? Yeah.
Okay, all right, you're crossing a line there. That's hilarious. I'm gonna put you guys on the spot real quick. Are you ready? You guys ready?
No. Sure.
Lucky. What is the definition of consistency, Lucky?
I said no.
Too late. I asked the question.
He consistently says no.
Consistently?
Consistency.
Consistency.
I know it's a big word for you, buddy. Lock it in. You got it.
It's a very big word. I would assume it's to just constantly be consistent in what you're doing.
Okay. Which means,
if you start something, keep at it until you succeed in it.
Okay. And Sauce, what's the definition to insanity?
Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result out of that thing that you're doing.
So what would be the difference, Sauce? I'm going to ask you because Lucky was so much under pressure there. What's the difference between consistency and insanity?
All right.
As a streamer, let me put that in there.
Okay. So as a streamer, just because you're being consistent does not mean that you're going to get the results you want, right? So I could consistently post an unedited clip to my TikTok and it could get 1,500 views or whatever, or it could get 5 views. Like it
Right.
is what it is. I'm just throwing them out there. Now,
Exactly.
what I could do if I want to be consistent and not be insane at the same time is make little tweaks and changes along the way
Perfect.
because you're not consistently doing the same thing. You have to be consistent in effort, not consistent in product. So
I get that.
always try to be consistent in what you're doing. Like, you want to post, but change the things up a little bit. Try different things here. Try different content. Maybe you think you're an FPS streamer and maybe you just ain't hitting them shots. It just ain't for you. And that's
Right.
okay.
Like,
Maybe you should go play RP and that's all right. Or maybe you want to play with dinosaurs on Ark. I don't know what your bag of tea is. I don't know what's going on,
this guy's plugging his own
but
games.
it's going to be all right, Maybe you want to play God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah,
I
there
don't
we
know.
go. There we
There
go.
it is.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. But
That's a much better title.
timeout. What? We just gonna move on past that. His taste in games
My
is
taste in games
it's
are
between him and
immaculate,
it's
sir.
between him and the Lord above. Okay, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now. Even though Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the best story modes that's ever been made ever. Thank you.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you get bored too easy. I don't like. He gets so bored so
I
quick.
played
He
Red Dead
does.
2. I beat the whole story.
Such a great story mode. It really
I
is.
won't deny that, dude.
Oh.
Red Dead Redemption 2, great storyline. Ghost of Tsushima, a lot better though.
Haven't played it. Don't care enough to. Anyways, I also don't like
gonna
story
ignore
modes. I don't like story modes that much.
You just said Red Dead Redemption 2 is the
Because-
best story mode ever, and is
Again,
it the only story mode you've
back to
ever
me.
played?
No, it's the only one that I've cared enough to complete.
Oh my gosh.
That's fair.
Anyways,
And that's saying something
I-
right there.
I absolutely love that you went of the route of explaining posting clips because I think that's like the most perfect example. The reason why I brought this up and the reason why I asked you guys these difficult for lucky questions are,
You're lucky.
I've been noticing it a lot, and it's just kind of been grinding my gears a little bit on the internet and within and outside of the community, as I'm seeing streamers that I know that are getting on and they're either playing like the pity me game of like nobody comes to my streams. It's real popular on TikTok right now. When you see somebody live, they put, I know I have one viewer, just so you'll go in there and say something,
Freaking hate it.
which is just
Hate it.
a cry for help. I get it. But the point that I'm trying to make is what gets to me is some of these people, like I said, I know and I watch what they do, because I'm always watching Wazowski. No, yeah, I'm just and it's the people that go live pretty consistently. I'm like, okay, like that's cool. I see them post clips, maybe not as consistent as they should, in my opinion. Which I know here lately seems like that answer is changing on a lot of platforms where it's like maybe you don't need to post every day, but they're just doing that over and over and over again. They go live, they complain, they post, they complain, and they go live and they complain. So that's, to me, that's insanity. But they're claiming it's consistency. But like you said, I'm seeing no changes in the content. I'm seeing, we're not changing games, we're not changing this, we're not editing clips any kind of differently than what we were. It doesn't necessarily have to be the word better, but it should be different, And my biggest thing is I see a lot of these people posting their links in the Discord and then complaining about somebody's Discord. I could sit here and bring up names, but I don't want to get too personal. But, when somebody complains about like, oh, like they say their community's, lovey-dovey and then like accepting of everybody and like hang out with everybody. Mine does. Mine's overwhelming. But you have to put the footwork in and come in and talk and make yourself known and
nobody's gonna know who you are if you just put a link out.
You don't have to text every morning and be like, hey, good morning, like a lot of them do. You don't have to do that, but it would be nice to know who the hell you are, because like
pisses me off.
What grinds your gears?
What grinds your gears?
What really grinds my gears? All right, those people that will post good morning just to post something in a chat
and never say
and
nothing
then
else.
never say anything. They get added 3 seconds later. hey, good morning, how are you doing today? Never responds because they literally opened up that Discord just to
Right.
post one thing to make it look like they're being active in it.
Exactly.
My God, does that piss me off?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
Listen, I do that to my own
You're
Discord
getting
sometimes.
removed.
I'll go to work. I'll
I'll
clock
just
in.
come back.
I clock in. I go to my
You
truck.
never
I
get
get
rid
on
of
my.
me.
I'm in Discord. I'm like, hey, good morning, guys. Then I put my phone down. I read my work orders. I go to the job site, and then I'm like, it's like 11 o'clock, and I'm looking, and there's a whole fucking paragraphs of conversation going on, and somebody's like, "Is Aztec gonna ever answer?" No, motherfuckers, about work. I'm busy.
Which is fine. If there's a reason for it, completely fine. But whenever it happens every single day and they never respond to anything or go to any streams or do anything, and you're like, yeah, okay.
I see what you're
Okay,
saying. They're
bud.
basically trying to take what I'm saying and make it look like they're putting in the effort, but
Yep.
they're not
You're like,
really.
hey, look at me.
Yeah.
Look, my
Yeah.
link's over here.
Which
Minimum.
hats off to
Come
that
look at
person.
me.
They're they've at least taken a partial next step. Maybe a slight tumble and fall, but I just it's hilarious. I have several people in my Discord right now that I can think of that post their link consistently, and I've never seen them post a meme. I've never seen them like none of that. Never come into the conversation that's always being had, which is always weird and like I don't understand these people half the time, but like. And then they're the same ones that are complaining like, oh, I'm not growing, oh, so and so doesn't come by. Like you want to network correctly, and when we say network correctly, that doesn't mean join the Discord and post your live link. That's not what that means. I recently joined a Discord to a streamer that I met. Loved the guy. Very high energy, within his first year of streaming, and he was just like, hey, anytime somebody joins, he's like, hey, post your link when you go live. And I'm like, okay, like it's probably because you're still really new, and then we kind of talked about it, and then this person let me know like, yeah, it kind of bothers me that people just post and never say anything. I was like, well, I mean, you make it okay for everybody to post, which is fine. Everybody should be allowed to do something, but like you're pushing it, and then they feel like, oh, that's all I need to do, and they leave, But he was asking me like, would you consider like kicking those people out? Yes and no. What we've talked about in the past was like your numbers don't matter in your Discord, right? It doesn't matter if you have 500 people. If 400 of them are just posting a link and not ever active, they're not really worth it, right? Other than just a random ping in your Discord 24/7. So my answer to him was like, that's up to you. It's your Discord. Run it how you want it. If you want to kick them, kick them, But I don't know. Here lately, I've been kind of considering the same thing because I'm like, what's the point of having these people here? I don't care how many members I have in my Discord. I want my Discord to be a place where we're legit hanging out and we're communicating and all that. Like, it doesn't have to be 24/7, but it's funny when people want to go around behind your back and complain, hey, so and so's Discord never comes in. You never come in. Posting a link's not coming into the Discord.
Well, there is always a different method of going about it. You could set up a bot to like a level bot, and people aren't allowed to post you can make it where people aren't allowed to post a link in
Until
your
they're a
Discord
certain level.
until they're a certain level, and they have to chat in order to get to that level.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense too.
I mean, you could
That's not
definitely do
bad.
that.
I don't know. I does that come off like a little like weird to you though? Like if you joined a Discord and they had that set up, would that be like, what is this? I guess at the same time, the question would be like, what was your intention of joining there anyways? But I don't know. I just can't stand it when people are online playing this pity game of like, nobody comes and sees me, but then you're not doing anything to get anybody in there. Posting a clip every day is not helping you. Posting your live link every day is not helping you. So why do you keep doing it?
There's a big important thing that people got to remember. We've talked about on this podcast several times is you are not owed anything from anybody at all.
Right.
When people go into your stream, that's a freaking nice thing that they're doing. They're enjoying your content when they could be doing anything. You know how many TV shows are over there on Netflix? How many hours of content I could go watch right now without a problem? But I'm choosing to watch somebody stream because I enjoy being there. I enjoy that content. And that is important because that time is something I could be doing whatever the fuck I want to do with.
Right.
Right.
So you got to make sure that if you have somebody, you're making them feel like they're important. You don't want more than you got. And it's okay to want to be successful. I'm not saying don't want to be successful. What
Right.
I'm saying is being thankful, even though you have goals and aspirations, is
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with you at all, but I think like what I'm leaning towards is like also don't fucking complain if you're not doing work to get it. You know, just you can do the work that I'm talking about. And like you're saying, nobody has to come in and see you. You know, then I feel like maybe your complaining would be a little bit more, I don't know, understandable to my point, I guess. You
I
know,
mean, you can be
but
frustrated, but
yeah.
at
But
the
if
end
you're
of the day,
doing it
there's things you
correctly and
can't
you're doing
control,
it
right?
within your means, like right now, I'm really focusing, you know, Black Ops 6 is what I'm focusing on. So when I'm networking with other Black Ops 6 creators. You know, I'm trying to go meet them. I'm trying to, you know, comment on their videos. I'm trying to follow those said people, you know, people that are interested in what I'm interested in. You know, do I like Madden? Yes. Do I love Madden? Yes. It's pulled up on my PC right now. I fucking love it. But I'm not doing that kind of content right now. So I'm
Can't
not
relate.
going and networking with Madden people because they're not going to come to my page and see Madden content right now. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
Mm.
I don't know. It's just like, it just frustrates me when you complain and I see the work that you're putting in, and it's you, to me, you don't have a right to complain. It's
Yeah.
just kind of how I feel about it. You know,
I think
like I
in
said,
general,
I'm considering kicking those people out of the Discord just because it's like, what's the point of having you? You know, give you some a good content. You can go post somewhere and be like, hey, I got kicked out of this dude's Discord. Fuck this guy. Go ahead. Hopefully it helps you. I don't know.
It
You
kind
know,
of
I
helps you
just
too.
yeah. You know, it just feels that way. Like why? You know, it's almost annoying to see their post. You know, like, oh, there's this guy again. No reason to be posting in here. You
Yeah.
know, like what's the point? But like
yeah,
like you
makes
said
you
earlier,
almost not want a go live area.
it yeah, and I've met creators that did that. You know, I've been in some discords where bigger creators were like, "Hey, we're taking that out. I'm just not going to do that no more." I've been in some discords where you know they were maybe a little toxic, where the owner was like, "Hey, like this post right here, or be kicked." You know, like, let me see you interact with this post, and you know, which that felt like a little, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's levels to it, you know, and it definitely will decide your vibe that you're trying to put out, you know. But I feel like if you're not going to add anything to the community, you don't get to like have the benefit of posting, you know. I don't know. I think Lucky's idea of like a level bot's kind of a good idea, but then who doesn't say they grind to that level and then just post, you know? I don't know.
Well,
It's
I
just one of those
mean,
things.
if they do grind to that level, hopefully within that time frame of interaction, you actually get to know them and they get to know the community. You know,
Right.
so there's a little bit more hope for them. You know, if they're trying to grow.
The only bad thing about doing something like that is the bots are really easy to mess with, and they could just be shit posting memes for a little bit, and they'll have that level up.
Yeah. Get
So
spammy.
But you can control how much XP somebody gets. I mean, you can even if somebody comes in and you just vibe with them really well right off the get go, you can automatically just bump them right up to that level if you wanted to.
That's cool.
you definitely could. You could also just do it to where all of your things are just automatically pinged. Like you have mine and Lucky's and a couple other creators that just automatically post in your Discord, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So instead of having a go live section, you just have that and have like a redeem or something in your stream where they have to be in the community for so long and they earn those points and they end
Huh.
up
That's a good idea
redeeming
too.
that, and then they could have that go live if they so choose.
Yeah. I mean, that's smart too. That makes good sense. Definitely not opposed to any of these ideas. But I just kind of want to get on here and hopefully anybody listening can kind of be like, you know, maybe you are doing these things and maybe you're not meaning to be this way or not do these things, but and hopefully it helps somebody wake up and be like, oh, that makes sense. Nobody comes to my link because I'm not like networking. I'm not talking. Nobody knows me. They don't have an incentive to hit my link, you know. But like you said earlier, like people come in and say something so they feel like they have the right to post. I mean, I guess technically I do that, because like some of the new discords I've joined, like if I'm about to go live right now and I realize that like I did not go in there and talk to nobody today, I don't post my link, you know. So I guess that's kind of the same thing, you know. But I do try to make it a point, I mean, because obviously I run my own Discord and have to talk to those people too. But like I do try to make it a point to go in there and be like, hey, what's going on, or like butt in on a conversation and be like, you know, try to add whatever I can add to it, you know, because that's part of my networking process of like trying to meet people and talk to people. You know, it's just like, hey, like, oh, you guys are talking about, you know, best burgers, and here I come with, you know, I'm down from Oklahoma, we got Whataburger. And you know, of course, the Californians or Texans are like, yeah, In-N-Out, man, In-N-Out. You know, like, all right, come on, Thousand Island's not that good, in my personal
The
opinion.
answer is Culver's, and I will take no other answer. Culver's is the best.
Oh, this guy.
Take it from a big back.
Yeah, I don't know. We have Ward's Grill, which is just a local burger joint. Best burgers in town.
There you go.
Well,
Probably not hard
whenever
to do
there's
in
no
that
other
town.
burger.
I mean, we got Ward's, Ed's, Ray's, Burger King, and all the
It's
fast food.
everybody's
Okay,
middle name.
You finally made like an actual restaurant happen there.
in his town.
Oh,
In his
we
town,
have
when you
Cookout
failed at
now.
life, you just take your middle name and make a burger joint out of it.
Like,
There
we
you
do
go.
have Cookout now. It sucks.
Oh,
I
what
don't
is
like
it?
it.
That's depressing.
Cookout.
Okay.
Cookout's so cheap though.
But boys, anything else on posting in the discords? Any other gyms you guys want to add for the listeners? Any advice? Should they even join a Discord? You know, I kind of like Lucky's, like he waits a little while. I definitely like to wait for an invite, you know, to do it.
Yeah. Like if I'm networking with somebody that's currently streaming, because normally the way I do it is I'll browse through Twitch streams and stuff, and I'll get to know the streamer first and try to get to know their community. And if it's people that I can vibe with, then I'll see if they have a Discord.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, and then that's when I start networking more through their Discord. I honestly think joining other people's communities is a great networking start, especially if you're just throwing your link out there and you've got nobody at all and you're not communicating with anybody. The best thing for you to do is to find someone else's community and try to make friends that way. That's the quickest way to find friends.
Definitely.
I mean, yeah, sure. I guess I have a couple different thoughts on it. One, if your intention is to only drop your link, don't join a Discord.
Sure.
Don't do it. We don't want
Right.
it. Get out. Leave. And I guess the second part was don't be like me either. Where when someone invites you to a Discord, you just join it because you're like trying to be nice and you don't want to like be like, oh well, because I have so many Discords. Like, let me go ahead and
I don't have Nitro, so I always hit my limit at 100.
yeah.
Oh wow,
yeah.
Jesus, boys.
See, that's the thing. You get to like 100 Discords you're in, and you're like, oh no, which ones do I leave? And then you're like, but I don't want to leave because I don't want to make anybody upset.
Man,
I'm like,
preach on that one, dude. Because I did that a couple months ago where I kind of like cleansed myself of all the Discords I was in, and I just left. I was like, I'm picking no favorites. I stayed in y'all's. I think you guys ended up making new ones, and I ended up leaving eventually anyways.
Sounds like picking favorites.
But well, you know, if I have to say it out loud, you know, and I left all of it. And I'll tell you, there was a couple people, man, that were pretty upset about it, man. Like, you know, and I'm like, hey, and there's a couple people that like I really respected that I was just like, hey, like we've been networking, like I've been pretty active in yours, so I'm just sending you this message to let you know, like it's nothing against you. Like I'm just leaving the Discord because I feel like, you know, I don't want to overstep your boundary because you know, you guys remember I was having that issue where people thought like I was being like sharky and I was just trying to take their people, you know, but I never tell somebody, hey, don't watch that person, come watch me instead. You know, like right. I don't ever like that's terrible, you know. And if I know you're from a certain community, I'm like, hey, how's Sauce doing? You come from Sauce's community, right? Yeah, how's Sauce doing? You know, isn't he live right now? Shouldn't you be over there? I've literally said that on stream and people are like, why would you say that? But because I'm not a fucking shark. Do I want them over here? Sure. You know, but I'm not here to just steal your people, you know. Now, at the end of the day, if they come over and they're like, okay, like obviously, like you're playing something that I want to watch that, you know, I'm more interested in, like obviously we're gonna keep them around. We're not gonna say nothing else, but definitely, I was just like, I'm fucking tired of people having these accusations. Like, if you're mad at me that your people are coming to watch me versus you, maybe you got something to work on, you know, point blank. Like, that's not my problem. But it just makes you feel like you don't want to network anymore, you know? Damn.
Yep.
So,
Definitely one of those things. So I would just recommend don't join a Discord unless you have intentions of communicating in it. So moving forward, that is my plan in life is you send me an invite. It's not because I don't like you. It's just because I'm just not going to talk in there. I'm terrible at Discord. I don't fucking talk in them, man. I really rarely talk in Discord.
He barely talks in his own.
Yeah, I don't like it. Like I'm a people person. I like talking, but I like talking actively live. I don't like
right.
typing. I don't like reading. It's not my thing. Even though technically I'm reading whenever I'm streaming, that's the most reading I do. But I'm not. It's not my thing. You know, it's okay.
I remember it's
Not my thing.
probably been a while now, but somebody in your Discord had an issue, and like I just started responding because in my head I was like, Sauce is never gonna see this, you know. So I start helping out and say, here comes Sauce. Like a minute later, he's like, yep, I would have said all that. Agreed. Goodbye.
Leaving now.
I was like, what? So yeah. Well, all right, boys. That's another successful episode down the bag. We will see you guys next week. Much love. Stream PC out.